Hey fellas, how you doing? It's Johnny. I do apologise, I know I look a bit worse for wear. I've just finished a whole day at work. Did a private coaching session in London with a student, went fantastic. I just did another session over Skype with another guy I've been coaching. Sorry, I didn't mean another guy, he's a friend of mine. Didn't sound right. And it reminded me of something, a really interesting sticking point that I used to really struggle with in my life. It affected my relationship so bad. And I've got a feeling it might be something that you're struggling with. And this one thing affected me everywhere. Guys, do you know how frightened I was of social confrontation? I was more scared of social confrontation than I was of physical confrontation. Let me explain what I mean by social confrontation. Let me explain my fear and break it down. I've got a lot to say. Someone had wrote on one of my videos that they like my videos, but they feel I need to structure them better. I mean, I agree on that, but I'm just gonna have to disagree with you. So I don't want to do it in that way. And it's not my style, and I wouldn't be being myself if I was to plan videos and structure them. I just can't do it. I can't teach that. I tried it. I've spoken to marketers about it. I feel disingenuine and it's not authentic. I just demonstrated on camera now how to deal with social confrontation. Because years ago, any form of criticism from a person, man or woman, or someone trying to, where I could say yes or no, I couldn't disagree. I couldn't defend myself because of the abuse that I went through with my dad, because of social anxiety. Interestingly enough, listen to the contradiction. You might relate to this if you've come from a troubled past like myself. Sometimes I would be very, very violent with people. So I was two people. I was a people pleaser. Yes sir, no sir, 3 bags full. I would agree when I shouldn't be agreeing. I was too frightened to disagree because it made me uncomfortable. The feelings in my body. If someone said to me, oh, I don't know. If I met a new person or someone, even a friend, and they said, oh, I like this music, and I didn't like it, I would go, yeah, they're good, yeah, me as well. But maybe I didn't like the music. But the problem was, my psychology would get confused because physically I was very capable, because I was a bully at one stage, because I got bullied. But that wasn't my true self. So if the person had pushed me too far, I would lose my temper and get physical. Please excuse my language. I'm sort of helping you with your psychology now, and I'm acting out certain scenarios that I used to face in the past, because I need to heal you guys, heal me, anything in the past, and reconfirm how far we've come, and to explain to you how to deal with social confrontation in a right way, from a place of love, honesty and congruency. In the old days, if someone pushed me too far that didn't know me, I might withstand it for a while, go quiet, and then I would say, who the fuck are you talking to? Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? You taking the piss out of me? If you say that to me again, I'm going to punch you in your face. I know how horrible that is. I'm really sorry, because my mum didn't like that side of me. I'm going in the past, I'm showing you a pain body, how my pain body looks. We all have a pain body. That's not who I am today. I'm this person. So I was frightened of that guy. But that guy protected me from people because of my social phobia, because of the way my dad treated me. Or it would be this guy. This is another separate person. I've got to bring him out the bag. So someone might say to me, I fucking hate the immigrants, man. Fucking immigrants taking all the jobs. And I don't feel that way in my heart. I don't agree with it. And I'll go, yeah, man, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, these fucking immigrants. But I don't feel that in my heart. But I'm too scared to disagree with him in case he attacks me. And I don't want to lose his approval. So I go, yeah, the immigrants. And then it goes further. Then it's like, so what are you up to tonight, Johnny? Johnny, do you want to grab some beers? Do you want to smoke some weed? I don't like smoking weed, and I don't want to drink beers. But I don't want to lose his approval. So I'm like, in my mind and my heart, I don't want to drink beers and smoke weed. That's not my true self. I go and do it. I smoke weed, I'm drinking beer. Sometimes even worse, 10 years ago, it became cocaine. And I never liked cocaine. I was always terrified of drugs. My parents warned me growing up. I was such a sweet kid. But I got to a certain age and I was terrified of being abandoned by people, being rejected. So I'd go and do it, wake up next day and think, what on earth have I done? And this is why we must address this issue. This is within what I teach on my 6 weeks program, and I'm teaching you right now. And I see a lot of men I work with struggle with this. They say yes when they should be saying no, and they say no when they should be saying yes. But lots of men deal with social confrontation the wrong way. I've got lots of guys writing to me saying, I flipped out, I lost my temper, I use violence. Violence is not the answer. It doesn't solve it. We need social confidence, and we need to do it calmly. So now I'm going to demonstrate in my authentic personality. I'm going to play out a scenario and show you how to handle when you want to disagree with someone, when you want to say no, when it's not right. So I was, I can't remember, it was a few days ago or a couple of weeks ago. I was in a social situation with new people, nice people, and they were going out, and one of them said to me, hey, do you want to come with us? We're going to Brick Lane, and we're gonna go out and party and drink. I don't drink anymore. I cannot drink. If I drink, I can't do this work for you guys and teach at this level of consciousness. It fucks me up. It brings out stuff in me. I don't drink, period. I've stopped it. It's not good for me. I'm not telling anyone who drinks, not judging them. So I was just nice and calm. I just said, listen, I'd love to come out here because I love having fun. You're a lovely guy. I can't, I'm working tomorrow and I've given up drink because I'm a very spiritual man, but I really appreciate your offer. Thank you, my friend. Problem solved. He didn't get offended. I didn't lose any friendship. I didn't lose my temper. He appreciated it because I came from that congruent place. So it's not really people that we're frightened of. We're frightened of ourselves. We're frightened of our own emotions. We need to get a mastery over our own self and not worry about what other people think. Because so many people in life today, families, relationships are break down because people are not honest or people don't do it in the right way. Like I said, bullying is not the answer because it's unfair to someone. If you're talking to someone, for example now, I'll give you another scenario. This is the same person actually, I'm going to tell this. This goes with people criticising you. Now, I said to one of my students the other day, he's got to a high level, I've been teaching him. I said, you've got to be careful now with the level you're at because you can damage people. You don't realise how strong you are physically, emotionally, psychologically. So you over challenging a woman, you could really damage her. So you've got to be careful with this, but it's a balance. If you're a people pleaser, then obviously you need to speak up. If you're a violent person who gets insecure just because someone makes a comment that disagrees, you have to work on emotional control. This is within everything I teach. It's so much counselling and self-control. It's so simple, but this one simple behaviour affects your whole life in a positive way or a negative way. So this is going to make you laugh, and I think we need to laugh because it's been an intense few months. You guys have been riding this wave with me, and we're going through traumas and fucking spiritual cleansing. It's brilliant, I love it, but it's been difficult. So let's have a joke. I was in a conversation with a guy for no reason. He said to me, do you take it up the arse? Now, if someone had said that to me 7 years ago, I would have reacted with the pain body. The pain body would have said, who the fuck are you talking to? You fucking talking to me, you prick. That's horrible, isn't it? I don't like that language. That's how I was, because I had no emotional control. I handled it like this. Nice and calm, nice and present. I can imagine how many people are laughing at watching this video. And I said, no, I said, I don't take up the arse. I said, I love women, but I do like guys, but building friendships, but I don't do that. I said, how's your day been, mate, alright? He just melted. Couldn't deal with it, in the sense that I didn't have to be rude. I didn't have to agree with what he said, but I didn't lose my temper. Because it's too easy for me to lose my temper. I did that for years, it didn't get me nowhere. It's no love in that, it's violence, and what am I going to do? Knock 7 bells out of him and then get, I'll go to prison. And then you guys lose a good coach, and I lose a great, beautiful life just because I couldn't handle someone putting out their pain body onto me, because that's his pain body speaking to me. So I've got to control my pain body to control his pain body by talking to him with eye contact, calm, present, and just being calm. And he completely changed. He literally changed, became friends. The next day we were laughing, hugging each other. So I know it's not nice sometimes if someone is completely rude, and there is a time and a place to put your foot down, but we have to do it in the right way. And that's really what being an alpha male is. And we're challenged all the time in life, especially running a business. I might have people saying to me that they can't afford prices. And I have to say, well, I'm sorry, but if you can't afford the price, then you've got the free content on YouTube. I put out hundreds of free videos All of the stuff that I teach on my 6 weeks program or in these videos, it's up to you to watch these free videos, go out and to implement it, or to go to another coach who's offering a service at a cheaper rate. Maybe the quality of coaching won't be as good as mine, but it'll be the next best thing down. Or to go and find another competitive price and match that quality of coaching for the same price or more. It's your choice, take it or leave it. So we have to handle it from a calm place, but it takes control and it takes practice in those feelings. What most people will do that are socially uncomfortable, we avoid these feelings or we protect ourselves, and we usually do it with the people pleaser. The people pleaser is just as bad as the violent person, but the violent person is just as bad. So we have to align and have a balance. And sometimes I get upset and I'll be firm people. I say, look, I don't want to do it, and don't ask me again. So I mean, you know, you have to do it. We have to do it with our family too. We have to be ourselves, because if we're not honest, we're lying to ourselves, and we won't build a good relationship with our family, our friends. And this is something that got me very good going out streets of London, because that's why I said, you know, I don't care what people said about me in the pickup community about, you know, Johnny goes up and he's not alpha and he says sorry. If you sat with me, I'm too alpha. I had to scale back. Being alpha got me into trouble. It got me a life of violence and crime. So sometimes being alpha is not good, but being a people pleaser or a beta male is not good. We've got to come in the middle and be a loving, nice man. I've always said every nice man I meet who's secure always makes people feel good, and I always give an example of Floyd. And you know, even with Floyd, same relationship. If there's things I don't want to do, I say no, I don't want to do that, Floyd, and he'll just respect that, and I'm the same with him. And that's how you build good friendships. We don't do it with violence. Violence is bullying. It's massive insecurity, and when you behave like that to people, it hurts you. So you have to practice it. And I said to a guy I've been working with, if people are inviting you out for drinks and you don't drink, you don't accept it. And it is hard sometimes, because people's pain bodies, people's shadows, people's projection of the way they see the world, they'll project their insecurities onto you. But I love it, because this is how we grow. So I like it. A guy just attacked me now on a YouTube video. He said to me, come off the streets, you're getting rejected and you're not successful. I like that, because, and I responded to him by saying, I love you, my friend, and what did I write? I said, I love you and thank you for your kind words, because those words are kind, because it doesn't bother me. And I get a billion emails and messages saying, you're an inspiration, I love your work, and that's great. But even that, I don't need the validation. I'm self-validated, but I still appreciate it, and I still really touched by it. So it's all the same. So emotional control, and of course, very attractive to a woman. Not always easy, because there's times when we're really pushed, and there is a saying, a man can only take so much. So I'm saying have personal boundaries, but you do it in the right way. And I hope I've explained it properly, because I don't want people going out losing their temper. The message, the video is to not lose your temper, but to speak up, but do it in the right way. And I think sometimes when people ask us things that we feel we can't live up to, we feel it can bring out our insecurities and we feel backed in the corner. But we have to recognize and realize that that person doesn't always know the full extent to your psychology and how sensitive you are, so they're not even aware of it. So sometimes people will offend me without even knowing it, even when I'm teaching, and it's very normal. I just ignore it, and I don't judge people, because I used to be the same. Especially when people are cleaning, I'm working with people that are working through difficult times, so I've got to expect there to be some, they're going to be agitated, they're going to be excited, and I was the same. And a good teacher will be patient, and that's why I am a good teacher, because of what I've been through, and I've got very, very strong character, because I've had to mold myself into this. And my dad was the best teacher, because he terrified me, made me violent, and now he's made me beautiful and congruent and honest, and do things in the right way. And I'll be straight with you guys, I was frightened of women too. I was afraid to turn women down for sex. There was times when I didn't want it, but I was too afraid to say no in case the girl would leave me. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting that the same principle of fear carries out everywhere? Because really, you're frightened of being abandoned. I'm just going to go deep, because I want to get real with you guys. I want you to be the best you can be. And as I tell you this, I'm learning myself, teaching myself right back. So we're helping each other. That's fine. That's great, isn't it? I made a bit of a mistake there. I'm sorry. I do sometimes get socially anxious. It's my old, insecure, shy side coming back. So there's still hope. There's still work to be done. So it's practice, and it becomes enjoyable, and you'll get good at timing it, and you'll get intuitive. And it's never done. I never never do I hope to upset someone and hurt them, but I will be firm if I can't do something. But you do it in the right way, and you can use touch, you can use tonality. Don't lose your temper, and if you make a mistake, you apologise. And I'll give an example. Another friend of mine is a good friend. He's a Christian. He's very strict. He believes in it, everything from the book. And I don't believe it in that way. I like to believe it in my own way. I like to have a personal relationship with God, and I don't go around preaching it to people and condemning people and telling them they're going to go to hell. That doesn't suit me. So one day we're sitting down with eye contact, having some food, and he started to criticise me, and I felt that the criticism was coming from an unjustified place. It was coming from jealousy. I could feel it. That was his pain body, but I knew I had to be careful because he's at a stage where he's growing, he's vulnerable. But I didn't like what he said, and he started giving me business advice. So I just leaned over and I just touched his arm and I said, listen mate, I really appreciate what you're saying, but I can't accept it at the moment because you're struggling in your life to pay the rent, and what you're saying to me is not the truth. But I do appreciate what you're saying, and I can't take that advice, and that's it. He didn't like it. He got a bit angry, and he said to me, "You're intimidated by me, aren't you, right now?" I said, "Yeah, I am. I'm very intimidated." I said, "I'm very intimidated by you. I don't like violence. You know my past. I've come from a history of being abused by my dad and being in fights, so I am intimidated. But I'm going to speak my mind, and if you don't like that, it's not my problem." And then he got uncomfortable. And I was comfortable. Then he laughed and went red. And then he went, "Oh, yeah. Anyway," he goes, "I've upset you, haven't I?" I said, "Well, you have upset me, but I'm not going to fall out of friendship with you. But I can't take the advice you're telling me, because I can't take advice from someone who is not doing it in their own life." It would be like me saying to someone, "Oh, you can give up alcohol and drugs, but I'm taking alcohol and drugs." It's hypocrisy. So that's going to make our relationship better. Or if it's not meant to be, we'll pair off. But I didn't lose my temper. In the old days, I would have lost the plot, and he won't mind me saying it. He'll probably laugh because I wouldn't do that. I don't have a heart to do that anymore. I probably would have punched him in the face, and I know that's awful. I feel not comfortable saying it, but that's how I used to be. So I know how it feels if you're angry, you don't trust people, and you're violent because you want to protect yourself. I know how it feels to be a people pleaser, but I also know how it feels to get in the middle. And it's a balance that we all must work on all the time, because we're only human beings. We make mistakes. So I also allow for mistakes, a certain amount. And if people cross the line, then they're cancelled out. I've got integrity, but I love people and I believe in giving chances. But right is right and wrong is wrong, and a man can only take so much. But practice it, and you'll start enjoying that you can handle it more. I would say do things that can risk getting criticised. That's why I love this work. Every video I put out, I risk offending people, which I love. Every video I put out, I inspire people, which I love. I change people's lives. I make people have an opinion. I want people to have an opinion about me. I want them to see me and say, "I like what that guy's saying. That makes sense. That resonates with me. That's helped me." I like people to say, "Who is this guy? I don't fucking like his hair," or he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. I like that. I need that. That's good for me. And I also want people to say, "I'm not sure about this guy." So I want to be liked, but I don't need to be liked, and I don't care if people don't like me. So can you hear that? But it's not resentment. It's all exciting, and it's all a blessing in the end. But I certainly won't be myself being violent to anyone. That is well behind me, well past me. And yeah, I wanted to share that with you. I thought that was a video full of value. It's great, and I practiced it, and it's I was about to say ruined. Sorry, wrong word. Freudian slip there. It's transformed all my relationships, and it's massively helping my students on programs, because at the end of the day, social anxiety is the fear of being judged by people and being yourself. So we have to practice it, and it's all a blessing, and it all works out in the end. And please let me know in the box below what you thought about these videos, because I'm really enjoying doing them. And let me know, because at the moment, tell you what I'm doing. I'm covering different topics. So I'm working on trauma. So I want to help people that have got past trauma with family. I'm working on social anxiety. I'm also working on business success. I'm doing videos. It's this is part of my teaching. I teach this in my 6-week program, by the way, my coaching programs. I'm helping people with business relationships. I'm doing dating advice. So effectively, it's full life coaching, and I feel this is the direction that I've been guided into. But the main area that I'm coaching people on is social anxiety, but social anxiety affects all these areas negatively or positively. So it's great. I love how this channel is growing, and I love the support you guys have given me, and I'm just more excited and more passionate, and I'm just going to keep going and you'll probably notice that I'm uploading about 2 videos a day. I feel I need to. I got inspired by another guy who's got a great YouTube channel. His name's, I'll leave the link and you guys can check him out. He's got a great channel and his name's Infinite Waters, and he's a spiritual teacher. He's a black guy. I love his stuff. He's helped me a lot as well to clean stuff in the past, and he's really helped me out. So this is my way of saying thank you to him, putting you guys onto his channel. He's got a huge following and he uploads videos a lot, and it made me think I really want to be myself more online. So I'm not going to do 1 video a week and tease the audience. But I don't do all this crap. I don't do this game playing and strategy. I just be myself and do what I feel is right intuitively, and I may slow it down if it feels right, but at the moment I'm just getting so much information, and all of the information is coming from the teaching on the 6 weeks programs with the guys in London. I keep learning and things come up and I want to put it out, and then what I'm learning myself. So it's a win-win, isn't it? Alright, so I'll see you guys soon. Enjoy the process. Like, subscribe, and if you want to help me out and you haven't got money, because people write to me saying I want to help you, I haven't got money, the way you'd help me is by sharing my video and just passing on the message. That would do wonders. I'd really appreciate that, and that keeps me motivated to do more videos. So put the videos out. Alright, that's the best way you guys can market me and help me for free. If you want to feel that you're not giving back to me, I'll always appreciate that. Just telling someone, check this guy out, have a look at what he's got to say. See you soon, love you guys, bye.